from an
I've heard that your island is where our Saint Matthias ended his days. You must be a lot.
I'm glad you came to see me. I'm going to need your help. It's a personal matter.
What does it entail?
As you may remember, Silvio told me about a cache on the Constantia. Despite everything that's happened to that ship since sinking, it wasn't discovered. I found my mother's logbook in there, but she had so little trust that she wrote in code. And I don't understand any of it. I need to know what information it holds. It may give me some insight into what happened to her. You understand?
Of course. But what do you expect from me?
I need you to find someone who can translate the logbook.
I'm at your service.
Someone in Ixantis can surely help us. One of the admirals, perhaps.
What does being a Naut mean to you? I get the impression that when you talk about the Nauts, you talk about them as if they were your clan, your family.
That's true. I don't know what being part of a clan means to you, But the Nods are my family. Quite literally, to begin with. After all, my family are Nods. But it's more than just our lineage. The sea, the ships, Uxantis, our knowledge of navigation, and even the rules that govern us are all a part of me. Part of my history. I'm proud to be a Nod. I'm proud to ride the waves. Even if I'm not always proud of the things we agree to do on behalf of others. We're not really a people. The many sea-given who come from around the world are just as much Nods as I am. The thing that unites us is the belief that we share the sea. The sea is the bond we all share, and Uxantis is our home. I imagine it's an idea that must seem strange to an outsider.
Yes, I admit it's a bit strange. Our people don't have guilds. It's a concept I wasn't familiar with. But I'm glad you shared your feelings about it, and your bond with the other Nods.
And I'm happy to have been able to share them with you. But watch out. Once you get me started on a topic, it's hard to make me stop.
I won't bother you any longer.
See you soon. I hope... one of the admirals can help us. This is the first time I've heard of an encrypted logbook.
Doesn't she have other relatives who might know her code?
She and my father hadn't been getting along very well towards the end. But apart from them, I don't really see who could help us.
Captain Alvida. That has a fine ring to it. I'm very proud of what you've accomplished.
Oh, thank you.
Young people, I don't know you, but you're very fortunate to have crossed paths with this woman. Here she's responsible for your conduct, so be worthy of it.
We could use your help, or at least your advice. It's about a logbook.
It's Mum's logbook. I mean, Captain Estrella's. We found it on board the Constantia, but it's written in code.
Are you sure it's your mother's logbook? She's been gone so long.
I'm absolutely sure. The cache where I found it hadn't been opened. I recognize her handwriting despite the code.
I'm sorry, Alvida. I didn't even know your mother coded her entries. We don't usually do that, as you know. Logbooks are usually made to be shared with other knots.
Do you know anyone who could decipher it?
I can only think of one person in Duxantis who's capable of such a feat. Our master librarian, the wisest of our people.
Thanks for your help.
Please, this story concerns me as much as my daughter. I hope you'll keep me informed if you discover anything. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
You've come back. How can I help you?
We managed to get our hands on Captain Estrella's logbook.
We found it in a cache on board the Constantia.
Well, that's wonderful news. I despaired of finding this logbook. You know we keep them all here, don't you?
Alas, as it stands, it will be no more useful to you than to me, I fear. It's entirely encoded.
Encoded? That's strange. Captains don't usually do that.
You wouldn't have a way to decipher it. We thought, with your great knowledge...
I know some codes, of course. But without knowing the method chosen by Estrella, it could take me months. However, I may have an idea that would make our job much easier. Wait, I'll just be a minute. That's it. I found what I needed. Alma, Estrella's first mate, whom she trusted more than anyone, survived the shipwreck, but she left Duxantis. In my archives, I only found a rather vague indication of where she settled, but it's a start. She settled in Alima, in the port district. If anyone can help you with this code, it's her.
Thank you for your help, Master.
My pleasure, Captain. And if you manage to decipher the logbook, bring it back, will you? For our archives.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. It's always a pleasure.
If you want us to decipher your mother's logbook, we'll have to go to Olima.
There's a tavern by the port where information flows like beer. We could easily find out about a retired Naut there.
Thank you, Safia. That's a good idea. I imagine that Ludwig will also have some suggestions.
May all those damned scientists die of the Malicor. They only went and created a monster that obeyed them. I'm glad we managed to defeat it. All I hope is that there are no others elsewhere.
I find it difficult to imagine what you perceived during the ritual of the Untitled Fair. I hope it didn't frighten you.
Scary? No. But I admit that I was worried about you. You seemed to be completely elsewhere, and you seemed to be suffering. Are you all right, by the way? It can't be easy to feel for an entire continent.
It's true that it wasn't easy. And it's a feeling that's hard to describe. It was like being caught by a wave that rolls you out to sea and drags you into a deep trance with no escape, during which one is no longer oneself, but something infinitely greater and imbued with such rage.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Once again, you've shown an admirable sense of sacrifice. But I'd rather you protect yourself as much as possible. We need you. You have become the soul of this party.
Do you have any idea how we could find Alma, Alvida's mother's first mate who settled in Olima?
Possibly, yes. I heard of a colleague of sorts. A woman who runs a shop on the quays at nightfall. If a Naut retired in the city, she'll probably know where to find her. It's the kind of information us smugglers are fond of. And unfortunately, apart from her, I don't really know. I think we could find help in the taverns or with the port workers, but I can't be sure.
We'll talk later.
I'll always be here if you need me.
what a racket. Can't they make less noise? My head's ringing like an old bell. Well, what do you want?
We're looking for a knot who forswore the sea and left Duke Xantis to settle here. Her name is Alma.
In the state I'm in, I barely remember what my name is. So excuse me.
This man is suffering the consequences of severe inebriation. I've always found that a purge potion works miracles in these cases.
Here, drink this. It's a good remedy for a hangover.
Really? Smells funny. But at this point... Crikey, it works! That's incredible, what is it?
A purge potion. Now that you've recovered, could you tell us if you know where we could find a knot named Alma?
Alma. Alma. Yes, I know her.
So, can you tell us where we could find her?
Don't worry. We don't want to hurt her. It's a knot affair.
As far as I know, she lives in the north, near the rampart and the door that leads to the military district. Is that all?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And don't forget, we serve the best wine in town.
Oh, I can't wait to meet Alma. And not just to translate the logbook. I met her as a child, but at the time, I wasn't in the least interested in my parents' friends. We're too late. The soldiers have already surrounded her house.
You! Stop right there! This is a special operation, and we have every power to arrest you if you get in our way.
We're sorry. We don't want to interfere with your operation, but we're curious. What's going on?
It's none of your business. Now move on, move on! Get out of here before we arrest you!
Oh, we're not turning back. We cannot leave Alma at the hands of these men.
We won't let you harm that woman.
To arms, men!
Let's show them what we're made
If
of!
you dare harm the captain in any way, you'll pay for it!
Thank you for coming to our aid. But who are you?
Who I am doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that Alvida is safe and sound.
You're here to protect her. But this is not the captain's first fight, and she's always got through them with grace and without your help.
I see that you're in good company, Captain. That you have friends by your side. But I have my orders. Nothing was to happen to you.
And may I know who gave you those orders?
Well, your father, of course. He's worried, what with the trial and this investigation that you are conducting. He asked me to keep an eye on you, to protect you.
Unbelievable. Where was he when we faced that giant creature on the coast? Or when his alliance friends were trying to kill us? Where was he when I guided that skiff through the storm? Nowhere. He was never there. All I have, I owe only to myself. But now, he suddenly feels guilty and decides to stick me with a guard. Get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. I'm old enough to defend myself.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but I have my orders.
Alvida, this is between you and your father. It's up to you to decide if you want him to help us or if you want to send him away for good.
I'm no longer a child. And I was never a china doll. I have no need of your protection. Go tell my father that I am now old enough to look after myself. And that I'm in good company.
I am sorry that you feel this way. But I understand. And I must even say that I admire you, Captain. I will take your message to your father. And I wish you well.
Have you ever seen this man, Alvida? Is he really one of your father's men?
I've never seen him before, but if he says that my father ordered him to guard me, it must be true. Ugh, I can't believe he has so little trust in me.
Do you blame your father for wanting to protect you, or for not understanding that you no longer need his protection?
I don't care what my father wants. I don't want this man around me.
Alma, you can come out. The soldiers are no longer a threat.
But you have to leave, and quickly. Olima is no longer safe.
How can I know that you mean me no harm?
Alma, I'm Alvida, Estrella's daughter.
Alvida? No. No, that's impossible. The last time I saw Alvida, she was still too young to be a ship hand. And from your ink, I can see you're a captain.
I grew up and climbed to the top, it's true. Yet I am Alvida, Estrella's daughter. And today I am here to ask for your help. I found my mother's logbook on board the Constantia, but I need you to decipher it.
Then you found her cache. With Silvio's help, I suppose? You are who you say you are. I will help you, but only if you help me in return. As you said, I can't stay here. Take me to a safe place, and I'll do what you want.
We could escort you to my ship. Your old ship, the Constantia, and from there, drop you off wherever you please.
You can come out, Alma. We'll take you to the ship.
Alma, don't worry. We'll get you to the Constantia safe and sound.
Thank... you, Alvida. And thank you all. I really don't understand why these soldiers want me dead. We'll have to be very careful on the way. Other soldiers may be looking for you. What the? The enemy is here! Attack!
Again! When will they learn?
we're here. All we have to do is row out to our ship.
Thank you. Thank you for protecting me and getting me here. Alvida, you really are your mother's daughter. Brave, generous, and trustworthy. If you have anything else to do here, I can go to the ship alone and wait for you there. I don't want to be a burden. Yes, you'd better go and take shelter on the ship. We'll join you shortly. Hello, Alma. I hope you were able to settle down and recover from your ordeal. Yes, and thank you again for coming to my aid. What a relief to be here on the Constantia. It has been well repaired. Estrella would be glad to see it. And even more so to know that you're Captain Alvida.
Thank you, Alma.
Will you be able to help us decipher the logbook we found? Estrella had become very suspicious before her end. She had Silvio build the cache. She started writing in code. She never wanted to tell me what was causing her concerns. But she did give me her encryption key. So yes, it'll probably take a while, but I should be able to decipher her logbook. Do you know why the Alliance soldiers were after you? Not in the least. I've done my best to be discreet and lead a quiet life since I moved here. In any case, thank goodness you came. I have the feeling that they didn't intend to let me live.
I doubt these happenings are chance. It's as if our search brought on this attack.
It does seem to be quite a coincidence. How could they know? I hope that the content of this logbook will enlighten us. What can you tell us about Captain Estrella? She was an incredible woman, unwaveringly courageous and just. She knew how to lead her crew in fairness and kindness. I would have followed her to the end of the world. And she was also an excellent friend. You remind me of her, Alvida. I have no doubt that she would be proud of you. We'll let you get over your ordeal. I'm already much better, don't worry. And I'm going to get to work immediately. If I may, I will disembark at one of your next stops in the congregation or in Dewton. I'm no longer made for life at sea. I'll send you a message as soon as I've finished decrypting the logbook.
Thank you, Alma. And of course, we will drop you off wherever you want. And thank you for agreeing to help me in this whole affair. It means a lot to me. coast of the proud city.
May the enlightened bless you and guide you.
I hope you're having a nice day.
My children, it's always a pleasure to see you. What can I do for you?
We received your message. We are gathering as many allies as we can before going into battle. Can you give us Teleme's support in the battle to come?
Teleme will not send troops into Alliance territory. The risk is far too great.
But you have people working for you everywhere, don't you? They could help us.
Father Cardinal, you ordered me to kill Kernaz. I failed. But this attack gives us the chance to do just that. We would finally be rid of this menace, and the Alliance also lose a general who has often prevailed against us.
I am well aware of that, Fausta. And I imagine you also feel you owe your friends for the help they have given you. I will send word to my spies and make sure they come to support you in the attack. But don't expect an army. Unfortunately, this is the best I can do.
Thank you, Father Cardinal. Any help would be most welcome. We shall leave, Your Excellency.
May the enlightened watch over you, my children.
The Order Luminous is not so present around here. Yet heresy is everywhere.
Workwear or evening wear, you'll find everything.
to dis...
Ah, my daughter's strange companions. I suppose I owe you an apology. If I hadn't been involved with that emissary, you wouldn't have had to prove your innocence in this mess. Take time to rest and celebrate the end of this sordid affair. Now, unless you have any questions.
We've come to ask for your help, Admiral. As you probably know, we've been fighting General Karnas and his supporters for a long time now. After foiling his plans to exterminate my people, we discovered that he intends to use creatures created using our rituals in his war. So far, we've held him in check, but he'll never give up his ambitions to become Emperor and unite all of Kakan under his flag.
That doesn't surprise me. He's always been a fearsome strategist. And a real snake. What do you want from me?
We want the Knots to fight with us, to put an end to the General's ambitions for good.
We don't usually do that sort of thing. Knots don't take sides in wars between nations.
You did when you sunk the peace negotiator's ship. And that's the reason we're in this mess.
That's true. And believe me, I regret it. Very well. You can count on the Knots to support you. Our men aren't used to fighting on land, but we'll do everything we can to stop Karnas. Even if that means fighting alongside you if we must. But where do you plan to strike him? Do you even know where he is?
We've been informed that he's hiding in the catacombs, not far from the northern border of Toinia, while he rallies his forces. We know the location is imbued with power. He must be planning to create new guardians there.
I see. I'll give the orders for everyone to be ready. And I'm counting on you to make sure that nothing happens to my daughter. May the winds be always at your back.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Here's... Coast.
You're back? What do you want?
We have come to ask for the Empire's help against General Karnas, Your Grace. It's no longer merely a question of preventing him from creating a guardian or wreaking havoc on the continent. We must put a definitive end to his plans for conquest.
I can only agree with you on this point. But what more can I do? We are already at war with the Alliance, and it goes without saying that we've fought the General's soldiers every time we've encountered them.
And we thank you for this.
However, it would be difficult for us to do more. If we were to enter Alliance territory, we would not only have to fight Kurnaz, but also the regular forces.
Nevertheless, we could really use your aid in dealing a blow to Karnaz's supporters. We now know that he's hiding in the catacombs to the north of Toimnia, not far from the Empire's borders. The time to strike is now.
I imagine that if we agreed not to use the opportunity to attack the Alliance, it would be possible to negotiate permission to pass through.
We'll pay a visit to our Alliance contact, the Morsinian ambassador, and try to convince him of your good intentions.
Please do. I pray to the Enlightened that you succeed. And if you do, make sure he sends me a bird. Our troops will be ready.
We'll be sure to tell him as much, Your Grace.
In the meantime, we'll make sure the General doesn't make any incursions into the Empire's lands.
That does indeed sound like a wise course of action. We shall leave now, Your Excellency.
Goodbye.
Look where or where you'll find
Stay out of trouble.
You're back. What can we do for you?
We need the congregation's help in dealing with General Karnaz. If we don't stop him once and for all, he will conquer the entire continent. He will never give up on his plan to use the Guardians as a weapon. He'll place the blame on my people and yours to sow discord. We've learned that he's hiding out in the catacombs to the north of Toimnia, presumably to create new Guardians.
So, you expect me to convince the Council of the Congregation to provide you with military support to fight him?
That's right. We can't do it alone. You know that the General has many supporters and followers.
That's true. He's managed to gather quite the following. As have you. I will make it known to the other princes and cities, as well as the Alliance, that the Congregation will stand with you. With your help, my influence has grown. No one will dare question my request. And I shall send my own hired swords to help you.
Thank you, Your Grace. If Your Highness permits, we shall leave.
As you will. You may go.
I'm a god, not too kind.
I must leave. Forgive me.
I hope you're having a nice day.
May the enlightened bless you and guide you.
These are the Arab. Sure.
My friends, welcome. How can I help you?
We have a favor to ask of you. We need a pass, so that Dutan's troops can come and help us fight Karnaza and his men.
What you're asking for is much more than a favor. You're asking me to lend my support for our enemies to enter our territory. I'm sorry, but the Council will never agree to take that risk. You'll have to do without their troops.
I understand. We have come to seek the Alliance's help in putting a permanent end to General Karnas's madness. As you know, his aim is to turn your alliance into an empire and to become its ruler. He has spared no effort to put his plan into action. He tried to decimate my people, turning our sages into monsters. Each time we have managed to stop him, but we won't be able to do so forever. We know where he's hiding. It's time to strike.
And you hope that we will provide you with troops to carry out this attack?
Yes.
Sorry, but I'll never win over the Council after everything that's happened. The attacks by your people have greatly strengthened the General's cause. And that's without mentioning your reputation within the Alliance. No one will be willing to support you.
Please reconsider, Your Excellency. We cannot allow Karnas to continue.
If you could find a way to persuade people to like you and your kind, I might be able to convince the Council. But I prefer to be honest with you. Until that happens, there is nothing I can do for you.
Thank you for having us. We are leaving.
It was a pleasure. I hope we'll have another chance to meet.
It's a pleasure to see you again. Are you looking for something for a formal occasion this time? Or something for everyday wear, perhaps?
Council chamber is closed at the moment. I'm sorry, but you can't go inside.
Disembark.
I have to admit that when the guard gets involved, they don't do it by halves. Look at all this.
There you are at last.
How goes the attack, Captain Superintendent?
The situation isn't ideal. That old fox, Kernaz, chose his battlefield well. He has complete control over these ruins, and has positioned his troops to take full advantage of the terrain. His men are making the most of their knowledge of the area, and are waging a battle of skirmishes, ambushes, and sneaky tricks. And Imperialist fighters arriving from the rest of Tynea keep attacking us from behind. Since everything depends on his strategy, and his troops' loyalty to his person, if the general falls, the rest will collapse with him. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly where he is hiding.
Therefore, we're not in a strong position.
Indeed. However, the allies you've assembled should allow us to fight the general on equal terms.
Good. So what's the plan?
I assume you have one, because we can't just rely on the superiority of our troops.
Quite right. We're going to carry out a coordinated attack on different parts of the ruins and the open terrain surrounding them. The aim is to divert the attention of the majority of the general's troops, while two small units make their way into the catacombs. These two groups will have to find the general hidden there and stop him by any means possible.
Why send two groups?
Our scouts have managed to narrow down our search area to two paths leading into the catacombs. Unfortunately, we don't know which one goes to the general's hideout, or even where they lead.
I see your point. I suppose you'd like us to be part of one of these groups?
Actually, we'd like you and your companions to split up and lead the two groups. I'll leave you the time to prepare and decide amongst yourselves who will accompany you on one path, and which of your companions will take the other one. When you've made up your minds and are ready, come back and see me. We'll launch the attack to cover you.
Sir Daryl? I never imagined you'd be taking part in the battle.
Neither did I. In fact, I have no plans to fight. I'm only here to pass on His Highness's orders. The congregation has sent a whole contingent, and the prince has also added his best assassins. No one will be able to say that our nation stood idly by in the face of the threat to Gakan.
Please convey our most sincere thanks to Prince de Vesp.
He was deeply saddened by the death of his dear niece. In helping you, he feels he is honoring her memory.
That's very noble of him.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have much to do before the attack. I wish you good fortune, and may all our enemies be defeated.
Thank you.
Please don't be so stubborn. Stay to the back and don't try to be a hero. I'm already proud of you. You don't need to be so reckless.
Father, I'll follow my friends into battle wherever they go. There's no point in trying to change my mind. And I'm not doing it to make you happy or proud, but because I have to.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I wanted to thank you for bringing your troops, Admiral.
My word is my bond. Besides, I couldn't let my daughter take all the glory for the Knots, could I? Have you been informed of the Captain Superintendent's plans?
Yes, we spoke to her. We're going to flesh out Kernaz and put a stop to all this madness.
I would have liked her to send someone else. Speaking of which,
Yes?
look after my daughter while you're in there. Will you?
Father, I can look after myself. When will you realize that?
I'll do my best not to let anything happen to her. I promise.
I hope it's not just an empty promise. If anything happens to my daughter, you'll have me to answer to.
Father, stop it. Do you really think this is the time to threaten my friend?
We'll all look after each other, Admiral. And I hope we all come out of this battle alive.
I hope so too. Right. I'm off to see the troops and prepare them for the attack. May the winds be with you.
You too, Father.
Trust you've been able to speak to our allies. I recommend that you have a word or two with your companions before we go into battle.
You all know why we're here and what's at stake. Getting to know you, exploring this continent with you, and fighting alongside you has changed my life. I hope that after this battle, we can all reunite and celebrate our victory together.
Well, it's always helpful to motivate each other before a fight. Are you ready? Remember that anyone who doesn't go with you will take the other route.
We need a few more minutes.
I understand, but hurry. We can't hold off the attack for too long.
We are ready.
Good. Who will go with you?
Watch your step. There are traps.
I should have known it would be you they'd send after the General. The Savage and her minions. As if you could ever hope to defeat him. You're nothing but a fleeting nuisance that I'm going to sweep away. You should have died in that prison. It would have been better for you.
I wouldn't have missed this for anything in the world.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Stop us once again, but we've beaten her for good this time. Now to find her commanding officer.
Yes. Let's go.
Hey, is anyone there?
May the enlightened grant us strength!
Hey, lads, we're finally gonna have some fun.
Let's show them what we're made of!
There's no turning back now.
You? The continent is full of worthy soldiers and mercenaries, and yet they send a savage after me? Huh. They couldn't just defeat me, they had to insult me too. No matter. I'm going to prove they were wrong. I'm going to send their pesky little hunting dog back to them in pieces. I'll show them they've only managed to delay the inevitable. There are wheels in motion that are far beyond their imagining.
You've gone mad. The whole world is against you, Karnaz. You're trapped in the furthest reaches of the catacombs and you're still raving about your plans.
There's a fine line between genius and madness. But rest assured, I'm going to show you the difference. Soldiers!
Loyal to the bitter end, are we?
Let's show them what we're made of!
There's no turning back.
Soldiers!
Let's show them what we're made of!
At least I won't die at the end of a rope.
May the enlightened be with me. Listen, we've lost one of ours. We must remain focused. You require treatment. You're weak. We've lost one of ours.
Soldiers!
Let's show them what we're made of!
We've lost one of ours. We must remain focused. Be with me.
Those ranks we need to hold in the name of those fallen.
Soldiers!
Let's show
show them what we're made of!
Soldier!
Let's show them what we're made of!
I won't die at the end of a...
We've lost one of ours! We must remain focused.
You require treatment. You're wounded.
Soldier!
Let's show them what we're made of! Cards. We've almost got him.
We've got more tricks up our sleeves than he does. We've got to win. This camp is well supplied, and there are no more enemies nearby. We should take advantage of this to take a rest before the final battle.
So, you got the better of Zahid. I'd have thought she'd be stronger. But that's the curse of people like me. We're always disappointed by our subordinates. They can never measure up to our own greatness.
Your greatness ends here, General.
There's still time for you to surrender and face justice. Why do you keep sending your troops to fight us? Don't you have enough deaths on your conscience?
What's a few lives compared to all those that could be saved by my plan? My grand vision. Don't you understand that I'm bringing peace to an entire continent? An end to the wars that have plagued us for centuries. I don't know why I'm wasting my breath on you. You couldn't possibly understand. Soldiers, show me you're worth more than this scum.
Get ready.
May the enlightened grant us strength!
Worse than the pox.
Hadn't we better?
Silence, woman. Don't think you bested me. I'll never yield.
Guards!
Of course, that was just the first wave. Here comes another. We've got to stay strong. Again. When will they learn?
Now we've got him. He went over that bridge, dragging Seren behind him. Let's go after him.
Let me go. There's still time to end this madness. Oh.
They're all cowards, traitors, incompetent fools. They're the reason we're in this mess. Incapable of following even the simplest orders, of doing what I tell them to. None of them ever understood the greatness, the beauty of the vision I shared with them. Imbeciles! You again.
There's no place you can run, General. It's time to surrender.
She's right. It's over.
You think I'm gonna surrender to this savage in a mob? I had sooner die by my own hand.
Really?
No! Don't! May the earth carry you always, my friends!
No quarter! Look, there they are.
From another world, the doubt, the onward, beyond the land of my sacred home, my heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own destiny. My heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own destiny.
My dear friend, I understand your need to know more about the events that took place in this part of the mainland. But you should know that reporting on the current situation is not easy. The upheavals of recent months have been such that the balance of power in Kakan has been altered. We came close to disaster. General Kurnaz might well have succeeded in creating the empire he dreamed of, if he hadn't been defeated by that party I've already told you of, and if he hadn't committed the folly of antagonizing the Coin Guard who tracked his forces to the ruins where he had taken refuge. The imperialist movement, whose corruption had reached the highest spheres, seems to have died out with him. However, among the people, many are those who mourn his death. He flattered their nationalistic pride. We'll have to remain highly vigilant with regard to them. If they turn him into a martyr for their cause, we risk a resurgence of their deadly ideology and the rising of a new general. My spies are still looking for Zeren, who, as I've already told you in my letters, disappeared after the battle. None of my men managed to get their hands on her. We must hope that she doesn't plan on joining her husband's supporters. As for the scientists who were trying to create those creatures of war for the general, they were hunted down by the Guard. I know you wanted us to catch some of them alive, to put them to work for us. I admit their research could have been useful, despite their ideology, which is resolutely opposed to our own. But I doubt I'll be able to. The superintendent is pursuing them with unexpected rigor. The situation in the Dutan Empire, our main ally in the region, has also been impacted by all these events. The death of General Kurnaz allowed them to lighten the defense of the Eastern Front along the border with the Alliance. This allowed the Emperor to concentrate on the civil war that was ravaging his country, and in particular, on the elimination of the communist heretics. Especially since the sudden disappearance of General Eisenach was so poorly perceived by his troops. Some revolted, which weakened him. The merchant congregation, which I am watching very closely as you know, has also undergone some changes. Our allies, the De Vesps, have managed to get their hands on the proof that their lineage can be traced back to the ancient kings of Astria. This allowed them to consolidate their position among the nobility and gain significant influence with the various cities. With our support, they should be able to rise again to the head of the congregation within a few years. I know that you have a keen interest in the affairs of the Nords, so I will say a few words about them here. Admiral Cabral is in Tier 4D, so Admiral Barcelus, with whom we have already done business, is in charge of the guild. After the general's stunt forced him to distance himself from the Alliance, I believe he will be quite receptive to our proposals. As you may remember, one of his lieutenants was to furnish us with a map of a new island. But let's get back to the party I mentioned previously, and which so piqued your curiosity. As already mentioned in my letters, I've met the various members on several occasions in recent months. Our agent Fausta introduced them to me. She was our biggest source of information on the events I previously mentioned. As you may remember, I had given her orders to assassinate the general, if the opportunity presented itself. Her failure cost her. She was imprisoned, but fortunately was freed by her friends. I promised her forgiveness and to be allowed to return home, although she has still much to atone for after her past mistakes. Among the members of the party were 2 Tier 4Dians. One of them, Nilan, had already died long before the attack on the catacombs. According to my information, this brave young man attempted a remarkable deed against the city of Alima and died there. My reports on this case are questionable, however, because they mention an attack carried out by several giant creatures. I think I have already told you that Prince Alexander's niece, Sybil de Vesp, was also in the party. However, she died long before the general's fall. She and her parents were murdered by assassins. While conducting my investigation, I learned that she was just one more victim of her cousin Octave. I fear that we must find a way to calm this young man's ardor. He is far too dangerous to succeed his father. The party also counted the captain of the Constantia, Alvida, the daughter of Admiral Barcelos himself. From what we know, she's trying to find out what could have caused her mother's shipwreck, to the point of having distanced herself from other Nords and avoiding any contact with her father's men. Among this strange party was also a citizen of the Dutton Empire called Ludwig. It didn't take long for us to discover that he was a smuggler and wanted for various crimes and misdemeanors. As far as I know, he has returned to his previous occupations. He could be useful to us from time to time, but I admit that I don't know if he can be trusted. You may remember that there was also a member of the Coin Guard among them, a certain Till who had been close to General Kurnas. He is said to have resumed his position as captain, but the rumors don't shed a good light upon him. He is said to have turned to alcohol. Finally, there was this woman of a certain age, Safia, a cartographer from the Bridge Alliance. She is said to have gone in search of an old friend, to be haunting the ports of the continent. I fear that her age has finally caught up with her. Finally, of course, there remains the one who was the soul of the party, the other Tier 4Dian, who some called Vrutengare, thanks to whom the Tier 4Dians escaped a smallpox epidemic orchestrated by Kurnas that would have had catastrophic consequences, and who, of course, led the final assault on the general in the catacombs. as she returned to Teofridi to join her people, while still communicating with her former companions. But don't worry, I make sure to always keep an eye on her. Someone whose acts have had such an impact won't disappear into nothingness. There you have it. I think that I have summarized the fallout from the events that you asked about. Unfortunately, I can't answer your questions about the situation on Teofridi yet. I'm still waiting for a report from my agents there. All I know to date is that several highly placed people from the congregation are involved.
From another world, the doubt, the onward, beyond the land of my sacred home, my heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own destiny. From the perfect land where comes my nature before the deception, my delusion, forever they come, my village may succumb. We'll fight for freedom, we'll end the human my heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my
you.